Hello, welcome to Alliteration today. My name is David. In today's video, we want to take one of English's most important topics, which is figures of speech. Now you would start getting introduced to this topic from basic school up until whatever level you are going in life in the academic world. So the earlier you know it and understand it to the fullest, the better for you, right? Shall we get into it? Welcome back. What are figures of speech? Figures of speech are simply literary devices that are used to convey a message in a more vivid, descriptive, or persuasive way without the words carrying the message as they appear or in a non-literal way. Now, let's see how I put it here for you. They are stylistic devices, stylistic expression that uses words in a non-literal and creative way to make language more expressive or effective. For example, in the Yoruba land in Africa, we have expressions that are called Owe or Yoruba adages. Now, these Yoruba adages are figures of speech in play. They express the thoughts of our ancient fathers or grandparents or parents without expressing it literally as they mean. For example, you would have heard some adage as "Tọmọdé bá ń gégi nígbó, àgbà yóò mọ ibi tó máa wó sí." In English, that simply means when kids are cutting down, attempting to cut down a tree in the forest, the ancient or the aged or the old one who is sitting or standing at a distance can tell exactly the direction at which the tree will fall, right? It doesn't mean that literally. What it's just simply trying to say, in other words, is that whatever steps you are taking as a child or as a young person, your parents and the older people in your community or your family can tell where you are headed, right, from the moment you are taking those steps. So those are examples of figures of speech in play culturally or natively. Now we have common types. We have several major types, and then we have minor types or minor figures of speech that we commonly use. But these common ones are like the major ones that you use in day-to-day life. You don't even know sometimes that you're using them. And we're going to look at 8 of them, right, for this video. We'll take another video where we would consider other ones. Now the first we are starting with is simile. And what is simile? Simile is simply the comparison of two unlike things using like or has. For example, he is as brave as a lion. Now, he is a man, right? He is a man. Lion is a wild animal. They are not alike. Now we are comparing them, okay? We are comparing the man to the lion, and we use what? Has. We use has. So comparison using like or has is what is called simile. The other one that we have, another one we are looking at is metaphor. Now metaphor is also comparison between two like things, but in some cases unlike things. But then we don't use has or like as we use in simile. So metaphor is close to simile. It has very similar attributes to simile. But never forget it, we do not use like or has as we do in simile. So for example, time is a thief, or another one, laziness is a thief of time. Laziness is a thief of time, you see. So we are comparing laziness to a thief, which when you reason it, is true. So laziness is a thief of time. That is metaphoric. Now, another one, personification. What's personification? It is simply giving human qualities to non-human things. Giving human attributes to non-human things. For example, Women can shout, women can speak, women can jump, women can get angry, women can dance. And then you give that to non-human or non-living things. For example,
get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
Wind whispered through the trees. Now, wind do not have mouth, talk more of whispering. So how was it that the wind whispered through the trees? It's because of the sound that the wind makes when it glides through the holes, pocket of spaces in the trees, pocket of air in the trees that make that whistling sound. And instead of us giving it in other words, we just decide to use whisper. Alright? Now, that expression there, the wind whisper, because it's humans, it's human attribute to whisper, the personification figure of speech is in play. So whenever we are attributing human attributes, human features, human qualities to non-human things, what's going on there is personification. And then number 4, hyperbolic. Now, wherever you say hyperbolic, what that simply means is exaggeration. When we exaggerate something to make an emphasis, or to make it more vivid, or to make it more descriptive or more imaginary. For example, if I say, I've told you 1,000,000 times, nobody has ever said anything 1,000,000 times, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in literal words. Now, if you are getting it now, you now understand the definition I made, which is passing a message, okay, regardless or with less emphasis or with less consciousness or with less understanding on the literal presentation. So now I'm trying to, why I'm saying this, I've told you 1,000,000 times, is I'm trying to make an emphasis that I've told you countless number of times, or I've told you 1,000,000 times. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to make emphasis that I'm not going to tell you one more time, I've said it too many times. But in order to make my emphasis to be vivid, to stick, I use hyperbole. I use this excessive or deliberate exaggeration. Now, the figure of speech in play here is hyperbole. The next one now is alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of initial consonant sounds. Repetition of initial consonant sounds. For example, she sells seashells. She sells seashells. Look at the sound. Look at the way it goes. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop here and give you 2 classrooms. Give me 2 examples of alliteration. Okay? Let me give another example now. Before you give me yours, make sure you don't copy mine. Okay, so I have something like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. There's alliteration there. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Right. So repetition of initial sounds, consonant sounds. That's alliteration. Now, don't confuse it with onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is when words sound, words sound like themselves. For example, when you say the bees buzz, now you see buzz, buzz. What's the sound you hear there? Buzz. You say ease, ease. What's the sound you hear there? Right? So this is onomatopoeia, when words imitate the sounds they carry. Never mistake it with alliteration, which is repetition of certain sounds, repetition of consonant sounds. Okay. Moving forward, we have irony. Irony is saying one thing and actually meaning another thing. Okay? Saying the opposite of what is meant. For example, what a pleasant day. Now let me give you the analogy. Let's say it's rained today. It's been raining since dawn. I wanted to go out for an appointment that will bring me into nothing to me. Okay, that will bring me 200 million. But it's been raining cat and dog. And so, out of frustration, I'm like, my goodness, what a beautiful day. I should be at Lekki right now. What an amazing day. Out of frustration. See, So that's what an irony is. Ironic. Because actually, it's a bad day. But I'm using the ironic expression. Or for example, I say, the fire station has been burnt down. The fire station was burnt last night. The fire station was burnt down. That's ironic. Or I say, the army headquarters artillery was broken into, and all the weapons or arsenal was stolen. It's ironic because the fire station is known to be the one to quench fire. How is it that with all the personnel, the equipment, the water, everything they've got, the station got burnt down? Or in the case of the army headquarters artillery units, where they have all the guns and all the security and the CCTV, yet it was bubbled and all the weapons and CCTV was scattered away. Abba. You understand? So that is what is called irony. Okay, now moving forward. Now, oh, is that all? Okay, yeah. Now the next one, oxymoron. Oxymoron is when two words are used together that contradict themselves or contradict each other. For example, combination of contradictory words like deafening, silence. Somebody who is deaf won't even know if there is silence, doesn't have the experience of silence. Or you say bittersweet. Now, bittersweet, you say my success or his success was bittersweet. My experience yesterday was bittersweet. What are you trying to convey? So you enjoyed it, but yet there was something bad that happened. Maybe he had fun but lost his phone. You say it was bittersweet. Understand now? So that's what oxymoron in play. Right, so there are several other ones. There is assonance, there is on, there is a whole lot more. Right, I'll do a part 2, so make sure you are subscribed to this channel so that when I do that part 2, you will be updated and then you can come to watch. And if you're enjoying the video up until this time, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Right, we are now going to take 30 questions, 30 likely questions from this topic. Okay, now as I take these questions, as I read these questions out one after the other, I will give you 3 seconds to choose the correct answer based on the explanation I've given before I go ahead to say the answer. Right, so make sure that you follow me and say the answers within that 3 seconds. Remember that if you have any question or you're unclear as to anything we are taking, you should communicate to me in the comment section and I will be very happy to give you the correct response. Now, first question. The phrase as brave as a lion is an example of what? We've seen this earlier. As brave. Told you. Comparison using has is what? 3, 2, 1. Okay, you have metaphor, personification, simile, and irony. Metaphor, we don't use has, so it couldn't be metaphor. It is not irony, okay? It's not personification, there is no attribute of human here. So it is what? Simile. Comparison. Comparison a human to a lion using has. So that's simile. Now, next, the wind whispered through the trees. Wow, I've taken these two with you before. Alright, so human attributes to a non-human attributes to a non-human thing. So 3, 2, 1. What's the answer? Is it hyperbole? No, hyperbole is excessive exaggeration. Personification, metaphor, or alliteration. There is no repetitive sound there. So this is what? Personification. Alright, question 3. The news hit him like a ton of bricks. Now, nobody can be hit like a ton of bricks. Right? If you are hit by a ton of bricks is like a ton is 1,000 kg, which is about 20 bags of Dangote cement. So if I carry 20 bags of Dangote cement and I drop it on you at once, what will happen to you? You die. You see Jesus same day. So this is exaggeration, right? Good. So which of this is exaggeration there? I've told you before, hyperbole. Correct. You are right. Now, time is a thief. Illustrate what? Personification, metaphor, alliteration, or euphemism. 3, 2, 1. What's the answer there now? I wish I could hear you. Shout, maybe I would hear you. Alright, so time is a thief. Illustrate metaphor. Yeah, the correct answer here is metaphor. Next now, let's move on. She sells seashells by the seashore. Oh, I love it. She sells seashells by the seashore. I love the reading there. Okay, let's see. Assonance. No. I'm going to take you on assonance soon. Onomatopoeia, alliteration, oxymoron. Now, some of you now, this way I will catch you. Now, we have onomatopoeia, we have alliteration, which is similar. I told you not to mistake it. So tell me, she sells seashells by the seashore. Is what? Tell me.
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.
Assonance, no. Oh, come on, man. Assonance, no. Oxymoron, no. So we're left with onomatopoeia or alliteration. So what is it? That's what onomatopoeia. Yes. Let me see. My phone is still recording. Good. Now, question 6. The classroom was a zoo. Which figure of speech is this? Now, a classroom was a zoo. Comparison the class to a zoo. Like some people compare Nigeria to a zoo because of the disorganization in the country. So, which figure of speech is this? There is no as or like there, so it's not simile. It's not irony. It's not an idiomatic expression. It is what? A metaphor. Now, next. I've told you a million times. It's an example of what? 3, 2, 1. We saw this during one of the examples. So that's what? Exaggeration. Moving forward. The car coughed and sputtered to life. Okay. Coughing is an attribute of human. Sputtering is an attribute of human. Life is an attribute of human. So that's what? Personification. Okay, question, slide 6 now. The buzzing bees flew by. I love it. I always love onomatopoeia and alliterations a lot. The buzzing bees flew by. So what's that? Is it metaphor? No. Personification? No. No personality of the human there. No personality there. Irony? No. Onomatopoeia. You know, repetitive consonant sound. Okay, in an expression. Cold fire. Cold fire. Bittersweet. Remember that. This is an example of what? 3, 2, 1. Cold fire is an example of. Is this simile? No. Metaphor? No. Oxymoron? Yes. It's an example of oxymoron. Oh wait, are we done there? Let me see. Let's move up and say, okay, break a leg means good luck. This is an example of what? Now, I'm going to get you. If you can get this answer, I'll give you $1 million. $1 million. Break a leg means good luck. This is a what? Alright, I've not taught you on this in the example, so if you don't get it, I will not mind. But we have metaphor. It's not a metaphor. It's an idiomatic expression. Break a leg, break a sweat, you know, all those kind of expression. They mean something else. So they are not figures of speech. They are idiomatic. So that's idiomatic expression. Okay, a smile was sunshine. A smile was sunshine is what we've also seen this before.
Get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
That's metaphor. Okay, the classroom was deafening silence. We saw this during the sample, one of the samples. Deafening silence. Two contradictory words together. So that's what Oxymoron. The thunder grumbled angrily. Grumble is usually that grumble. So 3, 2, 1. What's that? I've already did the personification. Next. I'm having fun. Now, if you're enjoying it, I want you to say in the comment section, I am enjoying it. Just like I am enjoying it, right? And see what will happen after typing that. And then you're here to be subscribed to the channel. It's for your own good. What are you waiting for? You better smash the subscribe button so that as I make part 2 of this and other use of English updates, you will be notified. You come and watch and prepare to smash your upcoming exam. Okay? Moving forward. A blanket of snow covered the field. A blanket of snow covered the field. What expression is there? You have simile, metaphor, idiom, or alliteration. This is a metaphor. This is a metaphoric statement. Metaphor. Okay? He is a night owl. He is a night owl. He is an example of what? Simile, personification, metaphor. I'm not giving you guys the opportunity to answer him, right? He's a night with an example of also metaphor. Metaphor. The leaves danced in the wind. The leaves dance. Dancing is a personification. It's personification, the attribute of human. Okay, it's in now. It was bittersweet. Okay, I even mentioned bittersweet when I was taking the samples. So bittersweet, contradictory words. It was Oxymoron. The pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. What is this one? This is an idiom. Idiom. The pen is mightier than the sword is an idiomatic expression. And then it ran like the wind. This is beautiful. It ran like the wind. So you have metaphor, simile, personification, idiom. What's the answer? Metaphor. No, it's simile. See, like there now, there's like. Okay? Like, it ran like the wind. So that's simile. Are there more questions? Okay, sure. The phone screamed with every notification. The phone screamed with every notification. You have simile, no. Personification, yes. Why? Because it's human beings that want, it's humans that scream. Are you still there? Good. Question. Slide 10. His voice was music to our ears. His voice was music to our ears. You have metaphor, simile, idiom, irony. Which is it now? Which is it? 3, 2, 1. It's not simile. It's not irony. It's either metaphor or idiom. And it is what? Metaphor. Okay? Comparing two unlike things. Sometimes we like things without the use of like and hearts. So his voice was music to our ears. The waiter carried a mountain of plates. You know it already now. It's hyperbole. Oh no, there should be 1 or 2 questions down there. Let's see. The children were like buzzing bees. We took it before. Don't forget it, we took it before. The children were like buzzing bees. But in this quote now, note. Everything was put inside quotes, meaning that you cannot take out this alone and give your answer based on this alone. You must give your answer based on everything in the quotes. Everything in the quotes. You must give your answer based on this statement. You can't give your answer on just buzzing bees. If it's just buzzing bees now, we'll go with the answer is not even there. So the children were like. The children were like. So like is what? Simile there. Are you still there? We are rounding up. The whole house moaned in the wind. Moaning is an attribute of human being. It's like groaning. Okay, that's personification. The word is your oyster. Touch my heart. The word is your oyster. Is which figure of speech? You have simile, metaphor, idiom, or irony. What it is? It's definitely not simile. It's definitely not irony. So we're between metaphor and idiom. We're between metaphor and idiom. Now this will confuse a lot of you. That's why in part 2 of this video, I will show you the difference between the clear-cut difference between idiomatic expressions, idioms, and metaphoric expressions. And 2 tricks that I have up my sleeve, okay, to identify which is which and not to fall victim to, and not to fall into the wrong option. Now, the word is your oyster. Is which this is an idiomatic expression. This is simply an idiomatic expression. You see, somebody will say metaphoric. The chair is as comfy as a cloud. Wow. Let me just scroll up. Has. Then, once you see as there, that's simile right there. Let's move on. And then, the fire swallowed the entire forest. Okay, so the fire swallowed the entire forest. What figure of speech is this? That would be metaphor. Yes, this should be metaphor. The fire swallowed the entire forest. Wow. Now, some persons will say, it should be personification. It's not personification because it's not only human beings that swallow things. Snake swallow, right? Sun or light swallows darkness. Snake swallows things. Animal swallows things. So it is not personification because it's not only human beings that has the attribute of swallowing things. So it's metaphoric. Explanation was crystal clear. Which figure of speech is in play here? Metaphor, simile, alliteration, idiom. That's what idiomatic expression. A flood of tears. A flood of tears. It's a flood of tears. Nobody can cry flood. This is exaggeration, you see. So that's what hyperbolic. Oh, wow. So now I have this assignment for you. First one, what figure of speech uses like or has? 2, is an idiom a figure of speech? 3, make a sentence to show the following figure of speech. 2 sentences for each. What is a figure of speech? Explain in your own words. Right, so I'm going to allow you to do this assignment in 10 seconds. Okay? So take your time. Anyways, that is it. I'll call that a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you do this assignment. As you do these things, you learn more. It's not just listening and watching, it's also doing. So anything you do sticks, and then you'll be able to retrieve it on the day that you will need to be assessed. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of it, smash the subscribe button and turn on notification. It's for your own good. I'll see you on that video. Don't forget my name. I'm David. Goodbye. Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you just watched. To see more content as that, preparing you for your upcoming exam, make sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on notification. Also, remember that you can use the comment section to send us your questions or your inquiries. and we are happy to take them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.